Right, so it's time we did an update on Chiliz. We've not looked at it for a few weeks now, probably up to a month. And we'll have a look at some key areas where we could potentially invest and where we could take profit. As you can see, we've had quite a good rise. I mean, all the way up to 39 cents. And so far, we're getting a bit of a rejection from that region. So again, we'll have a look at some levels below of support where we could potentially open a trade or fill some bags if you're looking to accumulate. And then we'll have a look at a few TPs on the way up. If you're new to this channel, then please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button and let's crack on. Today's video is in partnership with Plutus. If you are looking for a bank on crypto, earn some passive daily rewards from your normal daily today spends, then go ahead and check it out, plutus.it. You can earn up to 3% cash back on all spends, whether you're buying a beer, a loaf of bread, whatever you want to buy, you can earn 3% cash back. If you do fancy joining, you'll find a code in a pinned comment or the description of this video, which will be my reference for you joining. So just starting off with Bitcoin, as ever, we always just take a quick look at Bitcoin, see what's going on, because ultimately, whatever Bitcoin's doing, the entire market follows it, and we've had such a good rise. I mean, we had this initial pump, we had about 9 daily green candles in a row, had that 38% rejection, we popped back up. Currently, we've rejected off $48,000, you could call that 3 times there, and we have rolled over. So I mean, let's see where we go. If you're looking at this, we've done pretty much a 38% retracement again. A couple of scenarios that I'm looking for. We either reject from here and have a nice steady roll down back to that monthly open at 37k, which is really below that moving average 50, which would turn me bearish short term. But I think once you've broken out of this 50, you're going to at least test it once, or at least drop under it and then wait for a rise, because I am long term bullish on Bitcoin up until towards the end of the year. I think short term September is quite bearish. If you look at my video yesterday just solely on Bitcoin, you'll get my reasons to why I think Bitcoin is going to drop initially, because September has been historically bearish, and then October the real rise begins, and I think that towards the end of the year we're going to create some all-time highs. But short term, I'm a little bit indecisive. There's a possibility we could either go up and test 51k. If we do that there, I can see rejection all the way back down here. Or if we just maintain this now and have a steady roll down to around 37k. But let's see if that 618 might hold up. Right, so this video is mainly Chiliz. I've had a few requests recently, and we've been doing quite well. I mean, from the bottom there, we did hit 19 cents. I actually bought some around here somewhere, I think. Around 32 cents it might have been. Might have been a bit actually this move I bought it ages ago, and then it rejected straight away. But I'm actually in profit now, which is good to see. But if you're looking at this entire move here from I mean, you could say that's the lows, that red line. We rejected all the way down to 16 cents, and from that we've done 138% recovery. But so far, as you can see, we've rejected, and we have done if I can get my indicator to work, 20% rejection so far from the top. So what we're going to do is just mark that region up, that tops, and that will give us a key area we could target shortly. But as you can see, there's a lot of wicks within around this region. So in fact, I'm just going to box that off. So if you look at these wicks, 1 2 3 4 5 6, there's a lot of wicks within that region. So that to me confirms that is a valid area of resistance there. We are actually trading back above the moving average 50, which is a bullish sign. Previously traded above that 50 on that entire run. Few closures below it, that showed us that there was going to be a potential bearish drop, and then bang, we've dropped right through it, retested that 50 a couple of times and rejected, and you can see all these wicks banging that 50 all the way around. Now trading above it, used it as support. Let's have a look for a few key buying areas. So if you look at this entire move from here, the double bottom all the way up to pretty much at 48k, we've come down and we've tested 38% retracement. If Bitcoin does get a drop over the next 2 to 6 weeks, depending how September goes, I think you could fill some orders down here at around 27 cents, and I think that would be the base. I mean, 25 cents here, I've got this red line marked up. That's an area of weekly support. We've used it 3 times here before that pump. So if you're looking for buys, I would honestly ladder some down from around here, 27 cents down to 25, and I think that could be a decent area for you to potentially scoop up some Chiliz. I mean, it's looking great so far. I mean, we have broken out of that major downtrend all the way down. Look at that, a nice break to the upside. Usually what a bullish sign for me is you come back down and test that, but it's gone way past coming back to test this trend. So for me, we're going to come down, potentially test this 50%, this 50 moving average, and then push on. So all in all, things are starting to look bullish. We're on an uptrend now. If you look at this from a bottom of move up there, if you look there, we could be coming down to test this. So I mean, 30 cent could be an area where we do bounce. So let's just monitor that. If we do drop below it, we're going to come down to 27 cent and test that golden ratio. So that's the areas to buy. For me, looking bullish on these lower time frames. If we're looking to sell and looking to take profit, then the first major area is going to be here again, isn't it? 38 cent, 39 cent. And then we can have a look at these areas on the extensions of that fib. Or if we just go to the weekly time frame, let's see if we can identify a few key levels of resistance. I think that's one there. If you look at all these wicks here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wicks, and that's bang on that 2.7 level. So that's the first, I'd say that's the first major area of resistance. All these wicks use as support all the way through, and then it's right on that negative 2.7 level. So if you're looking for take profits, when I mean take profit, I mean if you're looking to accumulate. So for example, we've come up here, you would have sold there, buy back here, maybe a sell, a little rejection, come back up, sell here, buy here, and then just use support and resistance levels as buying opportunities. I'm just a little bit wary at the minute about BTC potential drop throughout September. So let's just monitor price out. If we do get a sell-off and we come back down to this region, happy days, I will DCA and I'll buy some more down there. But I think that's going to be it in terms of analysis for the dollar pair. Just one key point to note is that the money flow is now back in the green. If you look throughout this bearish period here, money flow was in the red throughout that entire time. One of my rules is if I'm ever looking to open a trade, if it's long, the price needs to be above the moving average 50 and money flow in the green. If I'm looking to open a short, then price will be below the moving average 50 and money flow in the red. So that's a couple of rules I have, but not done much trading recently. So mainly buying low and investing long term. I did quite well this major pullback, especially on RSI. I think I tripled my bags. I bought more Polkadot. I didn't buy any Chiliz. I've only got a couple of grand in this. I'll show you. I think I've only got around $2,000 worth. It's not a massive hold, but it's something that I think long term will be massive. Currently up 64 bucks. But like I said, I remember when I first did a video on Chiliz, I showed you how much I bought. It was down about 50% at one stage, but I think long term, it's going to be a nice hold holding onto that bag of Chiliz. So that's that dollar pair covered. If we just take a look at a BTC pair, which again is back on that 50, but it's actually using it as support so far. We've got a couple of levels marked up here. So this is a major level of resistance up at 1,000 sats, and then we've got this bottom here where we dropped to 527 satoshis. I mentioned this in all my videos. I still think that Bitcoin may try to reclaim some market dominance. We've only got 44% of the entire market that is used for Bitcoin. So I mean, Bitcoin holds that majority share of the market, 44%, and I can see it pushing back up to around 52% at some stage. If that happens, the dollar pairs will obviously go up if Bitcoin rises, but the BTC pairs, satoshis, will start to dwindle a little bit. So if you're looking for buys, some cheeky orders on Chiliz, place them down here at 526. I think 526 could be 522. Sorry, could be a decent area for you to pick up some Chiliz in the Satoshi pair. We've been pretty much range bound out, haven't we? I mean, ever since that spike up, 21st of March, we have been range bound and not much going on. It's a period of consolidation. I can't imagine there's a massive amount of volume on the BTC pair compared to a dollar pair, because if you look at that, I mean, it's very similar. We had that major rise, but we've had a lot bigger pullback on the USDT pair. So I think that all-time highs will be smashed up at 94 cent. I think that's going to be at least a $4 or $5 asset at some stage in the future. We've got the ecosystem of Chiliz is massive. We've got all that Sokio's platform. We've got PSG, Barcelona, Liverpool, Arsenal tokens. There's a lot of tokens out there. And I honestly think that, have I got Liverpool? I might not have a Liverpool token, but you know what I mean? We've got some massive football clubs out there. And I think if you just buy into this, once football fans in the world start to recognise what cryptocurrency is and they kind of hold a cryptocurrency of their own fan token, I think it's going to be awesome. I think long term it's a solid hold. So that's going to do it for today's video. Just some analysis there on Chiliz, a little bit of Bitcoin at the beginning, just some buy zones and sell zones, mainly my dollar pair. I'm not going to look at a BTC pair because, like I say, I'm a little bit indecisive about that yet. It's been going sideways for what seems a lifetime. So that's going to do it. If you are new to this channel, please make sure that you are subscribed. Hit that like button. Also join my Telegram group. It is the Crypto Troops. You'll find that in the pinned comment and the description. And I'll catch you next time.